Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome one and all to a port of a game that, when I think of video games, comes to mind as one of the first. But not the first. Let's play Pong! Pong was not the first video game, not by a long shot, but many people falsely believe it was. What it definitely was A, extremely enjoyable, B, very impressive at the time, and C, a video game that achieved a wide amount of notice and success, which brought the fact that video games existed to the attention of a lot of people. Back when this came out, and quite a while afterwards, video games were not the hugely ingrained part of culture that they are now. They were seen as a fad, and something that would potentially fade away, and lots of people did think that it would fade away after the video game crash in America of 1983, which hit America a lot harder than other places, but it still had its impact around the world. But no, video games endured and evolved and became what they are now. But let's go back, shall we? This is a game that has 4 different versions of Pong and the classic Pong. We're going to be playing classic Pong. We're also going to be raising the difficulty and turning off the music, because if you want the classic Pong experience, you want no music. As for how to play Pong, I will show you. We're the one on my left, they're the one on the right, and this is what we do. There is a square that we have to bounce past our opponent, and that's Pong. Some people may think this is primitive, and compared to modern games, this is primitive, but this is very impressive when it came out. You could play against the computer, or you could play against a human opponent. And the objective, I think, is to get to 11 points, whereupon you win. And the computer managed to get 2 past me. It's not that difficult to outsmart the normal difficulty AI, but sometimes the game can throw a curveball at you, especially if you're not paying attention. Now, playing this with a D-pad, actually quite a bit different to how it was played back in the day, because very different controls. They had dials that you would twist, I do believe, on the original, which gave you a lot more control. Also, I completely let that whiff past me, but it's a lot more difficult to play this game when you're talking than you'd think, because you do need a surprising amount of concentration to make sure that A, you get to the dot, and B, that you manage to bounce it at the angle you want, because there is strategy to this. Depending upon where that was sneaky. When that hits your paddle, where, will determine the angle. See, hitting it here, not a lot of bounce, but if I was able to hit it like that, it'll go that way. Now, the person who concedes has the ball. It is a ball, I do believe. Fire back at them when the round starts again. And there have been many attempts to revitalize Pong over the years, and this is one of them. That sound, by the way, was not in the original game. But we win! That we do! Oh yeah, I get to enter my score. It was 11. K, apparently. That's it. Should we raise the difficulty to hard? This is going to be extremely difficult. This is going to be very difficult, because this AI is going to be a lot better. They're going to be far better at tracking, and a lot better at getting some good shots back. But it's not infallible, which I like, because you could very well make a AI for this that just couldn't be beat. Which reminds me a lot of Shufflepuck Cafe, because it's basically the same game. This is just air hockey, but in video game form. But it's enjoyable, and that's the reason why it succeeded back then, and the reason why it's still fun to play now. Basic, but fun. Just gotta... Ooh. Careful. Careful. Ooh. I believe technically this game is called Pong the Next Level. At least it was in the other versions. I think it was a PlayStation version, and this was a port of that. But yeah, it's just called Pong. Oh! Careful. Oh! And I've conceded one. That is not good. I'm actually doing better against the hard opponent than I did the normal one. I say that and then I concede. Oh, and again. I should not have said anything. I should have said nothing. There we go. Marvelous. But yeah, you've seen pretty much everything of standard Pong. Maybe I'll show you... Hey, we won again! Hurrah! Maybe I'll show you the other versions at some point on this cartridge, but this is the one that... Ah, that's how you do it. Okay, so you go K, and then there we go. That makes sense. I mean, it seems silly that I managed to get higher than 11 with 11, but is there a difficulty beyond this? No, there's only easy, medium, and hard. We'll go one more time. Oh, careful. See, it's got that just one more gameplay. It's got that spark that just makes you want to play more. And it's fun. It's very fun. There's a reason it succeeded to begin with. Alright. Oh, careful. Gotta be really careful. Also, this is very tightly coded, because there were many versions back in the 70s and even the 80s that weren't coded the best and had things like the paddles not being that good at bouncing the ball back. And yes, that is a ball. Your imagination is a powerful tool. Allows you to visualize things not as how they are, but as what they're meant to be. There was a lot of imagination used when... oh, conceded there a point. A lot of imagination used when trying to picture some of the things in certain games back then. There were some really complicated ideas in some of the games. But unfortunately, the limitations of the hardware usually meant that those sort of games ended up being really messy. I'll tell you what, though. You know what's not messy? This victory in the making. This is when the AI manages to absolutely trounce me. They might. They might. Okay, we need to get away from the top here. There we go. I said away from the... Oh! Well played. But I countered. And with that, a trio of victories. Amazingly, I didn't get absolutely trounced by the hard AI. I honestly thought I would. But you know, showing off a bit of classic Pong there, I have achieved what I set out to achieve. And with that, that's Pong. Simple, enjoyable, and a game that has endured in the public memory for many, many decades. I mean, this game came out in 1972 originally. People still remember it. That's an achievement. A huge achievement that should not be dismissed. And so, when we come back, folks, a puzzle game. Remember I said that we do a puzzle game after Gauntlet 2? Yeah, I decided to throw Pong in there. Maybe Pong itself was a puzzle. No. The only puzzle there is why I decided to play Pong. And the answer is because it's enjoyable and I like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so, the puzzle game will resume next time. And I'm Kikoskia, and that was me playing some Pong. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.